Hey guys, Atomic Phil here, and today I'll be going over the newest revealed Pokemon that appeared in Pokemon Horizons. So let's get into it. The Pokemon Company released a high quality glam of this mysterious baby turtle Pokemon that appeared in the pilot episode of Pokemon Horizon that aired this past Friday. As you can see, this Pokemon highly resembles Terapagos, and we can assume that it's a pre-evolution. I doubt that we'll get any further information on this little mysterious turtle Pokemon for a while, or at least until the end of the year when the Indigo Disc comes out. The anime most likely showed or revealed this Pokemon to emphasize the same feeling as seeing Ho-Oh in the original Pokemon debut. So, some details we can observe is that this baby Pokemon came from within the pendant Liko is wearing, as well as its body is comprised from the pendant, and its tail is a form of a star or diamond shape. This leads to the question, will we find or be given a pendant like Liko in the DLC, or will we be gifted this Pokemon like Kubfu in the Isle of Armor? This Pokemon has a special power that we were shown where it can create a protective sphere with hexagonal pattern. This further supports that Terapagos is the third legendary and probably has a special terraform that has hexagon patterns, given that Terapagos has pentagons on its shell. There have been a lot of people stating that this baby Pokemon will be like Zygarde, and that a piece of it is within all the Terra Orbs and we would have to collect them all to make it 100%. However, even though I had a similar theory, I do not think they will be within Terra Orb, solely because the Terra Orbs were created by Professor Seda and Turo to isolate the power of terrestrializing. And in the Area Zero lab, where you find AI Seda or Turo, you can find a bunch of research and machines, and in these machines are crystals in different stages of the process of turning them into Terra Orbs. It looks like Turo and Seda took crystals from the cave and found a way to add radiation to them to imbue terrestrializing in Pokemon at will. This can be shown in the final machine where the crystals are radiating green. It would also explain why Terra Orbs need to be recharged to be used again. If you head over to the lighthouse where Turo and Seda's lab is, you'll find a large computer with the blueprints for the Terra Orb, and you can also see that there's a large Terra crystal there that is vibrant green, similar to the crystals in the Area Zero lab. Something I haven't seen most people speak of is the fourth symbol for the Scarlet and Violet logo, which can be found on a whiteboard in the professor's lab. The symbol looks to be the formula for terrestrializing Pokemon. Hopefully this research is expanded upon and we can get some answers to this phenomenon. As for this baby turtle Pokemon, I have an alternate theory that we will find an injured Terapagos in the DLC and it will revert back to this baby turtle form to heal. And then we would have to do some form of mission to help restore its power, similar to feeding Koraidon and Miraidon Herba Mystica. I feel like this form could be a reserved form to preserve energy and to rest. Taking a look over at the Pokemon website, they released a bit of information on this baby turtle, and it states, this Pokemon is small in stature and not particularly strong, but when push comes to shove, it can crystallize the energy in its body to form a protective shield. Apparently, it can also assume a dormant state when it feels like its life is in danger by pulling its head, limbs, and tail into its shell and making itself look like a jewel. Its splendid aura is reminiscent of the legendary Pokemon Terapagos, but this Pokemon's name and true nature are shrouded in mystery. Again, I am leaning towards this being a pre-evolution, but after reading this and comparing the two Pokemon, I'm starting to think, what if it's not? What if this is a completely new and separate Pokemon? Now, just hear me out for a second. It's nothing new to call Scarlet and Violet an unorthodox game, but I just came to the realization that the two box art legendaries are not rivals, but counterparts to each game. They never interact, and they live in different dimensions or different timelines. But as we all know, every Pokemon game thus far has always had a legendary that rivals another to maintain balance. And I think this little baby turtle Pokemon is the true rival to Terapagos. This would explain why this Pokemon is shown as a hexagon, which is a huge hint within the game, and why Terapagos is shown to have pentagons on its shell, because they're separate entities. It could also explain why there are two Paradox worlds. Each world could be controlled individually by these two Pokemon. It is also very possible that there are two Pokemon with similar powers that coexist, or were born from the same power or original source and split in two. and they may be able to fuse back together and create the true third legendary. I only state this because they resemble each other and have similar powers dealing with crystal energy or terrestrializing, so it's not too far off to state that they both can originate from a single Pokemon. Either way, this Pokemon has opened up a ton of new possibilities and theories on what we can expect in the DLC. But guys, those were my thoughts on this mysterious new Pokemon. Leave me your thoughts and theories in the comments, and until next time, see ya.